Hey guys, Justin here of Tech, and we've heard a lot of good stuff about the Vivo X50 Pro being the first ever smartphone with a gimbal system stabilization. But what about its non-pro version? In this video, let's see how it fares and what changes they made for its price. Right off the bat, the Vivo X50 shares the same style and size as the X50 Pro. The unit we have is in the glazed black colorway and it looks modern and premium with its glass back and reflective mirror gradient design. It's subtle but looks very sleek. However, it's also quite a fingerprint magnet, but you can also opt for the frost blue variant that has a matte finish on it. The back keeps a vertically aligned protruding quad-rear camera module with the LED flash and color temperature beside it. If we look a little closer, we'll see a tiny third microphone underneath the camera module. Other than that, we get some Vivo branding here. I noticed that the camera bump is a little thick, making the phone wobble when placed on flat surfaces. Up front, we get a 6.56-inch AMOLED display and a hole punch cutout that houses its front-facing camera. On top of that is a receiver, and we'll also find on screen its in-display fingerprint scanner. There are no buttons on the left side, while on the right you'll find the volume rocker and power button. Up top, we have a secondary microphone and a small text that says Professional Photography. At the bottom, we get its loudspeaker, USB Type-C port, primary microphone, and a dual nano SIM card tray with no expandable storage. In the hands, the X50 comes with a little heft, but holding it feels comfortable. However, users with small hands might have to use both to reach the screen's top. More on its display, the Vivo X50 inherits the same screen as the Pro version. That's a 6.56-inch AMOLED screen with a resolution of 2376 by 1080 pixels and a pixel density of 398 pixels per inch. It's also worth mentioning that the display supports HDR10+ and has a 90Hz refresh rate option. Expectedly, its display experience is great. With an AMOLED panel, we get vibrant colors and deep blacks. Plus, with the 90Hz refresh rate on, navigating the screen is buttery smooth. Keeping the display in standard mode already looks vivid, but you can change it to bright mode in the settings to make it look more vibrant. Noticeably, the punch-hole front camera is placed a little odd. We would have preferred to see it a little closer to the upper left corner. But then again, it's not that distracting. Unfortunately, there's no option to hide the punch hole, but you can control specific apps if you want to maximize the whole display or not. Now when it comes to audio, sound quality from the downfiring loudspeaker is pretty decent. It's good for casual use and gaming, and turning the volume to max doesn't sound too teeny. Since there's no 3.5mm audio port in sight, there's a headphone jack to USB Type-C adapter to compensate in the package, together with some regular earphones the company supplied out of the box. So the X50 runs on the latest Android 10 skinned with FunTouch OS 10.5. This UI looks familiar, at the same time refreshing to see if you've used older Vivo smartphones. The quick shortcuts are accessible together with the notifications by scrolling down from the top of the display. And you can navigate with the usual buttons or purely with gestures too. There's an app drawer option in the settings, and this phone being Vivo, expected to be highly customizable with a lot of quirky features you can play around. There are some bloatware and pre-installed apps including Google Apps, Lazada, Opera, Facebook, Kumu, and Gcash, but you can always uninstall them if you don't plan on using them. For other features, it has Jovi, which is Vivo's AI assistant, and it works within the phone's other features like the home screen, cameras, even with game apps to provide the user a better experience. Speaking of games, you can also use Ultra Game Mode to boost your gaming use with features such as esports mode, picture-in-picture, frame rate priority, 4D game vibration, and block notifications. Other features that can be found in the settings are dark mode, app clone, digital well-being, and dynamic effects for more animations. Out of the 128GB storage, we were left with a usable space of 110GB. Talk about performance, powering the X50 is a Qualcomm Snapdragon 730 paired with an Adreno 618 GPU, 8GB of RAM, and 128GB of internal storage. And as a premium mid-range device, we get smooth performance without any casual stuttering. We did not experience any lags or crashes while using the device for a long time, be it for gaming, navigating, taking photos, or even social media browsing. With the ample RAM provided, apps launch fast and multitasking is a breeze. It doesn't heat up quickly when using the 90Hz refresh rate for a long time too. Take a look at the benchmark scores we got. Quickly on security, you can unlock the phone with the in-display fingerprint scanner and face recognition. Both methods are snappy and accurate. We also like that there are fun unlocking and fingerprint animations that you can tweak in the settings. They're cute. As for connectivity, the X50 is packed with the usual, including Wi-Fi 6, Bluetooth 5.1, multifunction NFC, and GPS. Sadly, locally, only the Pro version is equipped with 5G connectivity, so we're only getting 4G LTE for the standard version. Now, keeping this phone running is a sizable 4,200 mAh battery with 33 watts Vivo Flash Charge 2.0, which is fast and can charge the device for more or less an hour. In our standard video loop test, where we keep a 1080p movie on loop with 50% brightness, 0% volume, and airplane mode turned on, the device lasted for 20 hours and 15 minutes. We also ran it through PCMark's battery test, and the X50 yielded a score of 12 hours and 59 minutes. So on average, we were able to use the device for a day or a day and a half when using the standard 60Hz refresh rate. With the 90Hz refresh rate on, it can manage a whole day with light usage and occasional gaming. Okay, let's finally talk about cameras. The Vivo X50 comes with a quad camera setup consisting of a 48-megapixel Sony IMX598 primary shooter, a 13-megapixel depth, an 8-megapixel super wide-angle lens, and a 5-megapixel macro lens. On its punch hole, you'll find a 32-megapixel front shooter. If you're used to Vivo's interface, then its camera app should be familiar to you. Nonetheless, if you're new to it, I can say that you can easily go around it with its easy-to-navigate look. Now, taking a look at some sample photos, its standard mode produces clear and sharp images even when you're not using the 48-megapixel lens. We get good colors, especially under good lighting scenarios, and we found the super wide-angle lens very useful to capture more range. You can shoot up to 20 times digital zoom, and even at maximum zoom, we still get clear details. As for night photography, its AI denoising algorithm automatically kicks in whenever it detects darkness, so we get a nice clean shot. With the night mode turned on, its Sony IMX598 sensor has more light sensitivity to boost night shots without sacrificing quality. And when it comes to selfies, you can expect bright and well-detailed portraits with some subtle post-processing going on even when beauty mode is turned off. You can adjust the aperture manually with the portrait mode, and you can expect good subject-background separation that can struggle in certain situations, depending on how intense you set the bokeh effect. As for videos, you can shoot up to 4K at 60 frames per second with EIS, and we appreciate how you can use the super wide-angle lens with it. Using the standard video size allows you to toggle from normal to 2 times zoom in one shot. Quality-wise, videos on the X50 has really good stabilization and quick focusing. It may not be good as the Pro version in this department, but this should be good enough for vlogging or other video needs. So let's talk about price. The Vivo X50 has an SRP of 25,999 pesos. And with that, you get 8GB of RAM and 128GB of internal storage that's sadly non-expandable. It's 4,000 pesos less than the Pro version, and major trimmed-down aspects applied are the lack of that superb video stabilization, 5G connectivity, and a lower chipset compared to the Pro version, which by the way still delivers smoothly. I don't have much complaints about it except for maybe the price. With the current competition in the market, the X50 might get a hard time being on top of the mind for most users looking at premium mid-range phones. Then again, if you're interested in the X50, you don't have to worry about performance and cameras. It's great for media consumption too, with its outstanding display and a 90Hz refresh rate option. Plus, charging is a breeze with its 33 watts fast charging tech. So that's it for this review. What do you guys think of the Vivo X50? Let us know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video, be sure to drop a like, subscribe to our channel for more content, hit that bell icon so you don't miss any future uploads, and be sure to visit yugatech.com for the latest tech news and reviews. Once again, this is Justin, and don't forget to wash your hands and stay at home.